Hello. How is everyone doing today? And I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm sporting my glasses today. I just didn't feel like going through the hassle of trying to put on some contact lenses. So, yeah, I'm sporting the glasses today. Anyways, hello. This is Yolanda. Um, and let's see here. I am Yolanda. I'm trying to get my stuff together here because, yeah, I've been working hard all day today. So let me just say this. It's not a get out of jail free card, but I have been up since, I think I've just come to accept the fact that I have been up since about maybe 7:30, and it's now midnight here in Spain. So yeah, I've been up for a while and I've had a very productive, kind of slow moving day. Yeah, but I've had a very productive day. So I am proud of myself for that. But anyways, okay. Hey guys, I am Yolanda and I am locating cozy, and this is a broad chat. So, thank you for joining me, and I hope everybody has had a wonderful Sunday so far. So, most people, like, I guess it's like 5 o'clock in Texas right now. So, I guess your evening is just getting started, or did you guys just do have a great little Sunday fun day? Yeah, I miss Sunday fun days. I miss happy hour more. I miss happy hour more. That's what I really miss. But yes, I am here in Spain. It is midnight. And why am I up at midnight? Because I would like to do my best to help you kick off your week on a nice positive vibe. That's why. Yes. So yeah, I'm used to it. And I've been working for US based companies now for a while, so it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I don't usually go to sleep. An early night for me is midnight. Like I'm like, oh, I'm getting to bed by like if I go to bed at 11 a.m. or excuse me, 11 p.m. here, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm just being super lazy. Yeah. So interesting. Yes, so please do make sure before we get started, please do like and subscribe and hit that thumbs up. Please remember to hit the thumbs up so that you will one, show how much you like me. And then two, if you hit the subscribe and get the notifications, you really like me and you want to know when I'm talking again, right? Right. So, oh, I wanted to see. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. I was supposed to have Kyoka on today, and she's wonderful, and she's the awkward black nomad, and she was supposed to come on, but she's feeling a little under the weather, so we had to pivot. And Kyoka, I hope you feel good soon, and I will hopefully have you on here on the interview on this channel soon. I can't even talk right now. I've been interviewed on her channel, and now since I've decided to start doing interviews, I want to have her on because she's funny and I like her. Anyways, so instead, what we're doing today is going to be a fresh start, 2025. Let's ask me anything. Let's talk about things. Let's see what's going on. What's on your mind regarding making big life changes? Like your thoughts about Spain, your thoughts about pet sitting. What's on your mind? I would like to know. I'd like to answer some questions. So, okay. Anyways, I have some questions, but I also want to be able to take your questions if you have any that pop up. So, what I usually do, this is my second time doing a Ask Me Anything. And what happens is whenever I'm either interviewed or I interview someone and maybe there's something in the comments and I don't have a chance to answer it, so I kind of like go back and compile some of the questions that are asked so that when I have a chance or when I decide to do a Ask Me Anything, I have some questions already that people want to know about. They want to learn from me what the world is like according to Locating Cozy. Okay. So anyways, before we get started, please do, when you do come in, make sure that you say hello. I appreciate that. say hello, say like, hey girl, what up? Yes, I know you from, I don't know, from, either the Facebook group, from Exodus Summit, from the We Out 2025, from the one of the groups, or maybe it's my social media that you've already felt like we're so bonded now. Yes, please do share how you came to know about Locating Cozy and say hello in the group. And if you're catching me on the replay, make sure that you comment, please. Please and thank you. Just comment in the comments and say hello and hashtag replay. Okay. So, um, oh, hey, Kim. Yes, Kim Siobhan. Thank you. Yes. We just had our not weekly, monthly meetup where we talk about what's going on in the world, what our plans are, how we're trying to achieve those goals, and just sharing some inside information and all that stuff. Christine, you are up late and I'm loving it, by the way. Yes. Hello, girl. Thank you for joining. Christine is also faithful and I so appreciate it. She's committed. She is like I always know she's going to be there. She may not always watch the live, but for the most part, she's always watching the live. So yeah. Anyways, yes. Oh wow, people are coming in. Thank you very much. Hello, hello, hello. If you have questions, I have some questions that I know, like I said, that people tend to ask because of me leaving the United States and moving to Spain. So I have like some questions and some new questions that I kind of keep that kind of go in rotation automatically because people want to know. But if you have a question, please do put Q in front of it so I can make sure I mark it and answer it throughout. I'm going to try to limit this live to 1 hour and 15 minutes. That seems to be like the going rate for me, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Although my last two, I think, yeah, with Stephanie, I did a live chat with Stephanie Perry this past Wednesday. And then last Sunday, I did a live chat with the luxury vagabond, Janae Hall. And both of those went for 2 hours, strong 2 hours. Yeah. And it was fun too. And like when I did the live chat on Sunday, which was at midnight, so I didn't finish until 2 and I did not go to bed until like 4 o'clock. Well, maybe it was more like 3:30. It was like 3:30 in the morning. And I still got up at like, I think I got up at like 8. So yeah, I'm that chick. Okay. Anyways, well, before we get started, I wanted to talk about a few things. Yeah. So I'm going over here and pulling up my notes and because I'm excited. But yeah, first and foremost, the one big question, well, there's two big questions that I always have to ask. I always have to ask this question. So people want to know sometime, like, girl, what's going on in your world? What's going on in my world? Well, a lot of things. One of the big things that I'm really proud of is that I did actually start my Facebook group called Black in Zaragoza. And I'm really, really excited about that. Y'all don't know, you have to understand something. I literally got the name because I knew I wanted to start a Facebook group, but in my mind, I was just putting it off. I was just delaying. That's all. I was procrastinating. That's what it comes down to. But I actually got the name Black in Zaragoza like months ago. I was like, okay, so because I didn't know if it was just going to be all female, if I was just going to be like just Black women or just people of color, period. Doesn't matter, what just Black people. And so I thought about it and I just decided to open it up to people of color, period, just Black people, period, along the whole diaspora, wherever they might be from or you might be from, come in and enjoy because I just want to build a good, positive community. But if you act a fool, you're getting kicked out. I'm telling you now. We're not doing all that negative vibe and all that stuff. I don't like that. That's not what it's for. It's for positivity and support. So let me go ahead and put this on here just in case. Everything that I'm putting in the chat right now, in the comments right now, is actually in the description. So yeah, that you have access several ways. But yes, so Black in Zaragoza is now live. And I guess I should have put like a little, did it not? Yeah, okay. There was no space in between, so let me try that again. It's live, you guys. Yeah, this is real talk. Just live. Yeah, so I'm going to be messing up and doing all kinds of things and and going squirrel and forgetting what I'm saying, and that's okay. So just stay along. Anyways, so that's what's going on in my world. I also want to say, like, I share, if you actually sign up for the my email or email subscription, I actually share in the Madrid, move to Madrid, or excuse me, moving to Spain checklist. I actually have put in there like a list of all the different uh, um, groups, communities that you might be interested in. Now, I'm a Black woman and I'm mostly focused on me as a Black woman, but also there's a lot of other great groups that are really great, like Internations. I'm not getting paid. I know you guys have probably heard me talking about this a little bit much lately, but I'm not getting paid by them. I wish. I don't even get a referral for even mentioning them. But I went down a rabbit hole. I went down a rabbit hole last night because they have a chapter here in Zaragoza. And I didn't know that because I got the premium membership or whatever it is, the Albatross membership for Internations, that I can actually, in my communities, in these, like in Zaragoza, I can actually create like a walking group. Or, you can create different groups. If I just want to do like maybe a dining group, that goes out once a month, I can do that. And I didn't know that. But in Madrid, oh my gosh, if you join Internations and I knew that they had a big groups in Lisbon. In Spain, overall, they have, let's see here. Hold on, let me put this on here. Okay, this is for my email subscription, so that you'll get the latest and greatest news about what's going on in Zaragoza or what I'm doing here in Spain, as far as events. Anyways, in the Internations, Madrid, I went down this deep rabbit hole last night because they have so many groups just in Madrid that I'm like, okay, so I'm going to be pet sitting in Madrid like in March. And I'm literally like, okay, so now I belong to, in Madrid, I belong to the dining group, the walking group, the people over 50, the singles, the volunteers that want to work with at the animal shelters, just all of it. I just signed up for everything, for all the groups. So that way, when I go to Madrid, I have already selected what my interests are. So the events will be will be right there for whatever day I'm there. But I did not do that when I was in Lisbon. In Lisbon, I just looked up the Lisbon events just to see what was going on, and they just had all these different events that were going on already. So I didn't have to sign up for. You don't have to really sign up for any groups. I just kind of found groups that actually caught my attention. But either way, overload of information. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I moved to Zaragoza with the understanding that I would still have easy access to Madrid because it's only an hour and 15 minutes by train. But now that I'm really getting settled in here in 2025, I'm super excited about finding even more events to attend, like with Internations or Melanin Madrid and all these other resources. And I'm just excited. I want to go do things, and I want to build something similar here in Zaragoza. So they have like a Wednesday happy hour, well, their version of a happy hour here in Zaragoza, which is really nice. But I'm going to actually probably start like some little mini groups again, maybe just to go out to dinner once a month, or go for walks on Wednesday and Saturdays, like the group does. And there's a group in Mexico City that does this. So yeah, I'm creating some stuff. I'm creating a whole community. I'm figuring it out with the support of other people in the community also. Okay, so that's what's going on in my world. I talk a lot, don't I? Okay, so anyways, the next question. I want you guys to please share in the comments, how are you locating your cozy? What are you doing that's just about you? What are you doing that has made you happy this week? Not about, I cooked dinner for my kids. Not that. I'm talking about what you did for you. Now, if you cooked and you made whatever stuff because it really made you feel good, and it was your selfish time to make this extravagant meal or whatever it is, or even if you went out and said, you know what, I'm just going to get a burger and a fry at this really nice place that I like. Whatever it is, I would love to know from you, what are you doing to locate your cozy? Please do drop it in the comments, please and thank you. I'm going to say though, for me, y'all know it's hard to say like, this is how I'm locating my cozy today. I don't have anything. I've actually been kind of stressed for myself just because, again, I have quite a few things that I need to get done. Um, I have a lot of goals that I'm working on. And once I get some things in place, I can breathe a little bit better. But I'm literally busy all day long right now and just trying to get some things in order so that I can make sure I can live a life with ease and continue to work just like, 80 hours a month and still get paid very well. And then also creating an environment where we have some events here in Spain and in Zaragoza mainly, but in Madrid also. So it has not been, I post twice a week, so give me a break. Okay. I post twice a week, so give me a break. Sorry that there's a glare right now on this because I have my glasses on, but yeah, we'll be fine. But I would love to know, what are you doing to locate your cozy? How are you being selfish and putting yourself first? It's important that you do that. I wholeheartedly believe that. So I hope that you're following this model and, at least once a week doing something that's just all about you. Ah, okay. Yeah. Rhonda said, I intentionally went shopping at some local boutiques to stop wearing athleisure. Girl, yes. I I know, like, yeah, I know. Yes, it took me a while to realize. I was like, girl, you wearing that a lot. I still do. Don't get me wrong. Because when I'm at the house, or even sometimes when I go out, but um, I put a little bit more effort in sometimes when I'm going out to the grocery store, just a little bit. But yeah, for the longest time, for I mean, yeah, when I started working remote in 2018, it got really intense. But yeah, because I would just get up and go take my dog for a long walk, and then I would come back and I was working from home. And so I was like, I don't have to get too cute, okay, to be looking in the, yes, I would have was it our meetings with my job at the time. Yeah, I didn't have like a bonnet on and stuff, but I did have my little, scarf and everything stuff that just kind of held the hair down or whatever. But yeah, stuff. I've actually kind of upped my game as far as my wardrobe here. Yes, because even before I left the States, I was pet sitting and I was driving everywhere pet sitting. So I really wasn't. I was definitely all about the athleisure. Yes, Comfort was my middle name and sometimes my first name. I didn't care. And so I'm putting in a little bit more effort now. So yay for you, girl. Okay. Let's see. Kim says, I joined the Joe Club this year. Okay. I started journaling this year. Getting my thoughts on paper has been surprisingly one of the best gifts I've given myself. Wow. Okay. That's amazing. I was about to say something, but yeah, journaling is not for me. I've tried and I'll do it for a little bit. So if that's a commitment that I just can't. But for some people, it's very powerful. I can sit down and I can like lay in bed and get my thoughts together and feel my gratitude and be thankful and stuff. But yeah, journaling is not for me. I respect greatly people that can committedly just do the journaling. I remember one time I saw Oprah Winfrey, not in person. No, she was talking about this. She was saying that she's always journaled. And she had said that she told Gail that, when she, if she passes away before Gail, she's like, you take all those journals and burn them. It's like, why? Oh my gosh, why? Just all the great thoughts in history that you can just look up. I know what it was. Okay, I'm going to share something with you guys. The reason why I don't journal, okay, is because I'm a product of, the 70s and 80s. And when I started journaling, I had a parent that went and read my journal. And after that, I think that just kind of scarred me for life. And I was like, well, I have no place to actually write and be honest with myself. Not, any written proof. I don't need no evidence nowhere. So I think that's what kind of scarred me. And that's why I don't journal. Yeah. So my therapy session, thank you. But that's awesome. That is really great that you have that safe space just to be able to really sit down and put pen to paper or typing or whatever and really get your thoughts together and your goals together. Yeah. So, and you said it's the Joe Franco community? She said it is the Joe Franco's online community. Okay, so I was never able to do it before, but the online support has been great. Isn't that just, oh, I just get chills when you think about, you know, all the different types of communities. We have this community here that supports and, Black women doing amazing things and just want to cheer and kumbaya you all the time. Absolutely. I want to share my experience, but it's so great to have all these other communities that can just elevate your thought process or your goals. Yeah, it's really great. I remember we're gonna get to the topic. Y'all know how I am. So I'm gonna my goal is to stay at 1 hour and in 15 minutes. We can do it. Yeah. But I remember years ago, for some that don't know, I used to be a personal chef years ago. Anyways, like this is like in the late 90s. But I remember finding this wonderful community of other personal chefs. And this was like beginnings of the, real access to the internet and all that. But I found this community of the Personal Chefs Network. I'll never forget. And the most supportive, wonderful community of people that just went to people's home and made meals for them, went to the people that can afford it, have the financial resources. And I would cook for them. And I had like maybe, 3 clients a week that I would go and cook for them. But for me, I just remember the support. So I was brand new. I knew that I wanted to do something. I didn't know how to do it. And I went online even back then and found this community of other personal chefs that kind of laid out the plan as far as this is how you do it, your marketing, how do you get recipes? Here's some great resources and understanding the different ways that the meals that are going to be great for personal chefing. But just that support was there. And now you just have it everywhere. If, whether you want to join a book club or, you want to write a book or whatever it is, the resources are there. So whenever I hear, and in the past few months, I've heard like some people that have complained and said, why are you charging for your services? You should be doing it for free. No, I shouldn't, first of all. But also, the information that people are putting out here, like, me just doing what I'm doing now and sharing experiences and all these people, you can learn anything on YouTube. Absolutely, just about anything. I was so proud when I learned how to fix a toilet one time on YouTube from a YouTube video. So I say all that because the community and resources and, to find somebody that helps you get deeply into journaling and all that, it's just absolutely amazing. So yes, dig into those resources and keep it going. Okay. Anyways, but there's a lot of free information out there. So whatever you need, yes, we have it out there for you to at least start your journey. And that's how I got here. Okay. Anyways, now I would like to know what questions that you might have. I have some answers. I have some questions. I have some answers. But yes, I would love to know what things you might want to know about moi. Now, I've already shared a lot. Like I have like 60 videos up. I have 60 vlogs up, and a lot of them are like, an hour-long content. So I know I have a lot of information out there, but sometimes it's hard to put it like to come back and put it all together and not just have it bits and pieces. So I want to share as much as I can with you guys. Okay. So let's see here. One of the questions that people have asked me is, because I've been here now for 9 months. I have been here in Zaragoza. I got here in April. Yeah, I got here in April, beginning of April. So actually, yeah, 9 months that I have been here, and it's just flown by. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is like just it's. I'm here. I literally live in Spain now. It's like that's just wild to me. So where is it at? Some people have asked me what has surprised you the most about living in Zaragoza for over 9 months. Um, what has surprised me most is because I am such a city person. I like to be in the middle of the city. Is I thought that Zaragoza was a small town, based on, and I think it was just based on my first time coming here back in 2000. Was it 2019? I think it was 2019. Yeah. No, it was 20. I'm sorry, it was 2018 when I first came here. But yeah, it's what surprised me about Zaragoza is how much it's grown. I originally, like when I first came back here and moved here, I thought that the population was like 500,000. It's actually 768,000, roughly. I'm sure it's more at this point. But how much, it's not a small town. It is a nicer version, a more laid back version of, to me, Madrid, because I love Madrid and I plan to go back. But I'm not lacking for anything here. You don't lack for, they have all the nice stores, they have all the local markets, they have all the nightclubs. I don't do, yeah, but I've gone to nightclubs here. Yeah, it's, you don't lack for anything. And since I am in the city center area, I absolutely love it. I had doubts because I thought that I was going to miss being in a big city, and I absolutely do not miss it at all. Okay. Yeah. So that has been one of the biggest surprises. Well, let's see. Uh, I'm going to take this. I'm going to answer your question in a minute. Hold on. Let's see. Well, this one here is asking about the sense of community. It says, I'm not going to bring these up because it's too hard. So I'm just going to answer the questions because I'm like trying to like put it on the banner and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, we're not doing all that. So anyways, so it says, have you built a sense of community as a single Black woman living in Spain? It's always a work in progress. Not everybody that I meet is like somebody that I'm going to want to see again. That's just the bottom line. Okay. But I feel like especially with my personality, definitely, I have built acquaintances that I will see every now and then. I've built, I think, some really true and lasting friendships. And I'm building. If I feel like I'm lacking in some kind of way, I'm building it for myself and for others. But, first and foremost, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm building it for myself because I want my own comforts. So whether it's, building it to invite more Black women or Black people in general to come and visit and check out Zaragoza, yes, of course, I encourage that. Yes, I have an announcement at the end of this anyways. But yes, absolutely. But also not just in the Black community, getting to know people, period. I'm going to make my efforts to get to know my community where I'm at. That's why I'm actually looking into, there's an opportunity for me to actually just teach here now that I have my work visa, and just for a couple of hours, just for a few hours a week. That's all I need. Again, it's not for the money, it's for the exposure to the community and their exposure to me. I think that's very important. So yes, it's not about yeah, because I mean, Zaragoza is a family friendly environment. It's also a college town. It's like two universities here. One is like literally like not even a half a mile away from me, less than that. Anyways, it's like at the tram stop area. So that's that. But some people are concerned. They're like, well, what about single life? Yes, there's a single life. Is there a lot of I guess Black people here? There are. I don't, I'm not trying to go out and meet every single Black person that's here. Okay. But it's funny. We were getting off the train one day, one off the tram one day, and there was a young black woman that I guess she heard me speaking, and you can see her ears perk up. And but we were both. She was getting off, and I was getting on. But we kind of looked at each other like, "Hey," and stuff, and we just said hello to each other, and we went our separate ways. But I still want to know where she is. So if you're watching this girl, hit me up. Yeah. Um, I have community and it's beautiful. And it only gets bigger. And then also, hey, I have my daughter and my son-in-law and my granddaughter here, and then also that extended family because my daughter my daughter's in-laws are family also. They don't speak any English, and I don't speak enough Spanish to keep up with how fast they talk, but I know it's all in love. So yeah, well, good. Mm, let's see here. What else? How does Zaragoza reflect um, my goal of finding peace and joy? It hits the nail on the head. Oh yes, I I don't expect a city or any location to fulfill all my wants and needs, but finding or having the opportunity to experience this kind of peace, to be able to work and not feel like your blood pressure, my blood pressure, to be able to work and not feel my blood pressure rising all the time, to be able to work and know that I'm doing a good job and expecting respect and professionalism from the people that I work with or work for, because I only do contract and consulting now. And if I have an opportunity that turns out that it was a dud, I just won't renew the contract, or I will. I haven't requested a contract be ended early, but I have not renewed. I'm like, no, that's okay. I don't need that. I'm okay. And so, and the reason why is because part of the joy and the peace is because I don't have a lot of bills, I'm okay to say no to an opportunity. And I've had some like recruiters, whatever, reach out to me and present me with an opportunity to work, like for one of their clients, but something just didn't feel right. And I was not in any situation where I felt like I just had to take the job because it didn't feel right. I don't have that much in bills. I don't have a car payment anymore. I don't have car insurance anymore. I don't have expensive rent anymore. So I'm okay with the piece that I'm not just working just to pay bills and just barely surviving. I'm okay with making less money right now now, don't get me wrong. I want to make money. I want to be well off. Okay. Yes. But I don't have to do it at the expense of my health and peace of mind. So that's my answer on that. Uh, let's see. I'm going to answer one more question from my list here that I've compiled. Sorry that I'm looking over here. It's like I have two screens and I try to bring it over. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, that works. Okay, I don't have to see my face while I'm recording. Okay, it says, have you built? Okay, no, that's not the one. What's been the biggest cultural adjustments for you moving to Spain? What has been the biggest cultural adjustment since moving to Spain? The biggest, well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to come back to that one. Christine, are you on here? Christine is Alpha, Bayesian Alpha is actually in here in Zaragoza. I'm like, I would love your input on that one. What has been the biggest cultural? Of course, the language is like, that's hard. And even with the resources, it's still been challenging. I still communicate, I do okay. I do okay. And again, when I'm with my daughter, I tend to look to her more than I should. Because when I'm by myself, we figure out the communication. I went to the Mercado yesterday, a smaller one than the big one that's here in town. And yeah, I went and got some, fruits and veggies, and I went to like the butcher and got some good like fresh ground beef, and I went and got some chicken that's yellow because the chickens eat marigold. And yeah, I can get by, but it still is a bit of a culture shock to struggle sometimes, because what it comes down to is if the person is patient enough to work with me to help to get an understanding. And sometimes that just does not happen. Sometimes they're like, girl, I don't feel like talking to you and dealing with all that. If you don't speak Spanish, go away. They're not that rude, but this is just, my translation. Okay. That's just my translation. So let's see here. Okay, y'all putting this up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. 55, baby. Hey, okay, thank you. Okay, so she says, super basic question. What hair products do you use abroad, or otherwise? We're close to hair twins. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, we're not. Okay. I don't know. I'm just joking. So basically, what I've done is you can order all the stuff, all the products on Amazon. I think before I left, I have some like Miel, what is that? Yeah, the hair products. And then I just concocted, just from ordering on Amazon, all the different oils and things like that. So I make a little concoction that I put in my scalp, and to keep it, I just keep it hydrated and keep it oiled. Um, but yeah, you can get a lot of the products online. You're not lacking for it. Now, buying hair has been, like braiding hair and things like that, has been a bit of a challenge, but it's still feasible. I just like ordered some stuff from Love Me Hair, and I'm actually looking at another site, QVC, QVR, whatever, to get some stuff, and it comes quickly. There's no major delay, because I could be wrong, but I think it's because the stuff is like shipping from this side of the world anyways. So like if you're ordering some hair stuff maybe directly from the manufacturer or whatever, to the States, it might take longer because it's coming from this side of the world anyways. And I don't know if it's coming from Asia or from another part of Europe. I don't know. But yeah, so it's there. Yeah, people, maybe finding a hairdresser might be harder, but as far as getting hair products, as far as I know, it's Amazon like delivers. And I don't know about, like some of the well-known popular hair products in the States, but yeah, I just went to a place, it's called Beth's, and they have a couple. It's like a Sally's. That's what it is. It's like a Sally's, but I noticed that it does have quite a bit of black hair products in there. So yeah, I was pleased. Yeah. And then when I went to Lisbon, that's where I found all the wonderful braiding hair. But I'm actually going to be, ordering some stuff online for, I think, QVR. I've never ordered from them. Anyways, um, let's see. So Kim says, I love Madrid. It is one of the places on my list to live. I definitely need to do some research on Zaragoza. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, girl. And by the way, just to be clear, I'm going to speak this into existence now. This is how I got myself in trouble last year, but it was a great success. We had so much fun. April. April, I'm saying around the 15th. Nothing is set in stone yet, so this is not a legally binding contract. I'm saying it now. But yeah, April, we're doing another meetup. We're doing the first meetup in Spain. We're going to start in Madrid. We're going to go do 2 days in Madrid, one down day, and then 3 days in Zaragoza. So what you need to do is in the description. You need to, one, get on the email list, or join Black in Zaragoza, because I will have the details there also. So about, yeah, all the fun things that we plan on doing. So I will keep you updated. So make sure that you join one of those or both of those, get on the email list, and you will also get, it says, yeah, you will get like a Move to Madrid checkout. a checklist, and it also includes like the resources from for some other groups that are based out of that you have access to in Spain. Okay, so do that. Anyways, yes, do your research. Go back and check some of my videos. I think I have a playlist that is just about Zaragoza, so check that out. But I'm trying to get as much information and share as much knowledge and for people that just want to come check it out. It's literally halfway between Madrid and Barcelona. It's an hour and 15 minutes by train each way. So, yes, it's a nice stop, and you will be so pleasantly surprised. I think there's only been one person, that woman that I know, that came through. Either we met up or they just said that they just came through, that was not pleased and very pleasantly surprised when they came to Zaragoza. They're like, oh, this is different. This is cool. It's not a touristy city, but it is. It has its tourist spots like the cathedral and all that. Some beautiful, beautiful, and the Ebro River. It's beautiful, but also it's extremely safe. Just walking around at night and seeing all the families and everything, and it's just beautiful. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about Zaragoza. And you have to understand, when I first came to Zaragoza in 2018, I was like, I want to go to Madrid. This is not the life for me at all. I just want to go stay in Madrid. It's just beautiful. I wasn't planning on moving. I was just visiting. So just, yeah. Madrid is wonderful. I love it. I get to go back there probably like every 2 months. I go back to Madrid, either, just because I want to, so I'll accept a pet sit so I don't have to pay for accommodations, or just meeting some people, some friends there, and just, getting together. Yeah. So let's see here. So Christina asks, she says, is there anything you would do differently with your move to Spain and Zaragoza, knowing what you know now? Okay, so this is a hard one because I hate to say it, but it's very true. Had I known what the challenges, I have a big dog. I have a big dog back in the States. She's a 50-pound boxer pit mix. And had I known what that process would have looked like, I would have went ahead and rehomed her with with a family member that actually wanted her. And I was like, no, I'm bringing my dog here. I'm bringing my dog to Spain. Having a small dog or a small pet is easier. And, many people that have traveled with their small pets, they will attest to this. Having a 50-pound boxer pit mix is challenging. And I should have just said, okay, let her be home. But I was like, no, my baby needs me. The thing was, when I went to go visit my dog in North Carolina, that's where she is right now. And I went to go visit my sister who's keeping her right now. And when I came in, and I thought it was going to be like one of those things that you see where, the dog sees their original owner and just freaks out and runs up to that. That was not what happened with my dog at all. I walked in, we all had our video, like our cameras on our phones and everything, because we want to catch this moment. My dog barked at me and was like, who is you? And then looked at my sister like, is it okay to talk to this person? Yeah. So that was the hardest acknowledgement, and what I should have done. I knew I wasn't going to stay in the States. I could not stay where I was and keep that expensive home because I have a dog. But it probably would have been best if I had made that decision to just go ahead and let her go to my family that was already in Texas at the time when I was there, when I made all these decisions. Instead, I was able to get my dog to my sister in North Carolina through a pet transport service that was absolutely wonderful. The lady was wonderful. So I still make sure my dog is doing well. And, I still send everything and pay for everything that's needed. And hopefully this summer, I will be able to bring her over here to Spain. That is my goal. Fingers crossed, y'all pray for me. Yes, I want to be able to bring her over here this summer. So that's probably, the biggest regret that I have. Because the idea of putting my dog or having my dog in any kind of was an undercarriage thing, that's freaking me out. But I'm looking at things and I'm going to pay a grip. I've accepted this. I'm going to be paying a grip to get my dog over here. And she's worth it because I love her. Okay. since I didn't let her go a year or so ago when I let go of my apartment, I'm going to pay to bring my dog here with no regrets at all. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. Live comments. She says, Rhonda says, what's your favorite thing about Spain right now? Something that brings you a flood of joy when you see it and experience it. To get up and be able to walk around the city and just, yeah, to just get up and be able to walk around the city. If I feel like going to the big grocery store, or like there's like this big like Target or Walmart version called Carrefour that's on the north side. It doesn't even faze me to say I'm going to get on the tram and go up here to the store in the morning. To be able to get up and do that, and like my business day starts at, well, my business for the US company starts at like 3 o'clock. But to have that time to really just do what I need to do. The other thing that I really thoroughly enjoy, you can't see it right now because it's like, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. But when I open up my blinds and just to see the city, to see like all the apartment buildings, and then like if the sun just hits just right, it's just beautiful. And I will never get tired of that. Now, I plan on moving. I'm not going to be able to stay in this apartment, especially if I bring my dog over this summer, because they will not allow me to have a pet here, which I understand. That's fine. I got a little attitude about it. But overall, I love to see the view. I hate the balcony, but I love the view, that I can just like open my blinds and just see this beautiful morning or beautiful afternoon, and just it's just buildings. That's it. It's just buildings. But I still just love the view, and knowing that I'm just going to get up and maybe go walk to the store, or I'm just going to go take a little walk on the tram, and also the park. The big park is right down the street from me. So yeah, it's just so accessible, and I still can't get over. I still am in awe that I'm here. Yeah. That's the big thing. I am still in absolute awe that I am literally really, really living here. It's like pinch me. Yeah. It kind of still freaks me out. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. Again, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thumbs up. I'm on a mission. Thumbs up. But yeah, let's see what else people wanted to know regarding pet sitting. So, how do I find pet sitting gigs while living abroad? And what's been your most memorable assignment? Okay, so I have been pet sitting, just for people that don't know. Excuse me. I started pet sitting in November of 2022. And in January, I gave up my apartment and decided to pet sit full time. So I didn't have to pay rent. And I was working remote anyway, so I was like, I'll just take that show on the road. I did my first international pet sit in 2023, April 2023. I did my first international pet sit in Morocco. That was amazing. It was very different, but it was also amazing. So that is the most memorable pet sit that I've experienced on an international level. Well, you know what? Because I'm starting to think about all the different pet sits that I've done in different countries, and I was like, no. That was the most unique experience, because again, I didn't even know where Morocco was, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go there and stuff. So it was just even though I had some crazy stuff happen, and the cats and all these things, the cats that are everywhere, even at the airport, threw me off. The bees on all the food, and they're having the vendors at each stall having like their own little hive thing for their bees that's all over their pastries. That was different. I do still pet sit. When I first got here, I was staying with my daughter for the first few months. And, I still wanted to go different places. I wanted to go back to Madrid when I felt like it. I wanted to go to Barcelona, different places. So I would find pet sits. And plus also I wanted to give my daughter and her family some time, some time away from, I wanted to get away so that they can have their own time at home also. I actually just came back from Lisbon That's another great thing. Being here in Spain, access. Now, I've only gone to Lisbon. I haven't gone to France. I haven't gone to Italy. I want to go to Germany. That's where I was born. Surprise. And yeah, so there's more, and I do want to find more pet sits, but I just came back from a pet sit in Lisbon. So it was really great that when I said, okay, I want to go to Lisbon, I just got on Trusted House Sitters, by the way, and found what I was looking for. I have a pet sit. I wanted to go back to Madrid. I have to go, I think, possibly in February, but I definitely have one that I have just booked in March for a week in Madrid. Yeah, yeah, and I find my pet sits through Trusted House Sitters. Now, I just had well, I don't want to say odd, a different situation happen. There's a lady here in Zaragoza that wanted me to pet sit. And she was a very nice lady. She actually reached out to me a year ago, right before I moved here. And she was asking then if she's like, oh, great, you're moving here. I would love for you to come and pet sit, since you're living here in Spain. And I said, sure, but wasn't available when she needed me. Anyway, she reached out to me like just last week, and she's like, I need a pet sitter here in Zaragoza. And I was like, sure, okay. And I told her, I was like, hey, on the platform for Trusted House Sitters, there's no charge because it's all covered legally, so I'm not, you don't charge anybody on Trusted House Sitters. I said, but if you want to use my services off the platform, by the way, they do have Rover here. I haven't used it or set myself up for that, but I said, I do charge if it's not on the Trusted House Sitters platform. So she wanted to go ahead and go through Trusted House Sitters for April. And I was like, okay, no problem. Well, the problem was I thought that she needed me on April 21st. No, she needed me for 21 days. And yeah, I live here now. I don't need to do a pet sit in town for 21 days. Don't need it. So what I did was I reached out to my community of women that I know do pet sits on Trusted House Sitters and who may have been interested in checking out Zaragoza for a while. I let them know about this pet sit that was coming up that I wasn't going to do. I have no reason, unless you're paying me, I have no reason to just go stay at someone else's house right down the street from me to pet sit when I have my comfy little house and bed and everything here. That doesn't make any sense. Now, 21 days in Madrid, 21 days, 21 days in Portugal, I would do that, in a city, maybe 21 days and, somewhere in France. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I will check that out. No problem. But no, not in Zaragoza. That doesn't make any sense for me. So whenever I do get those kind of inquiries, I try to pass it on to the people in my various groups. Like I belong to like a pet sitting group. So if I know the person, yeah, I will reach out and just say like, hey, ladies, there's this pet sit that's coming up or a house sit. If you're interested, here's the information. And yeah, it comes in handy. Let's see here. Someone had asked me, have you noticed any differences between pet sitting in the US and abroad? So no, well, I got my first bad review here in Madrid. I got my first bad, now I've done like, I think I want to say about 40. Well, no, I've done over 50 pet sits in the past 2 years. But I got my first bad review. Most of the pet sits that I've done here in, Spain or in Lisbon or even in Morocco, they were American. So I didn't have any problems. The one time I did get the bad review, it was somebody who was not American. And yeah, actually you can go back in my, let me see if I can find it. You can go back in my history, in my live streams, or was it a live stream? I think it was a recording. I have to go back and find it. Anyways, where I talk about the bad review. And this person, I had a feeling before the sit began that it wasn't going to end well. And I told my daughter this, but I made the mistake of not reading the guide far in advance. I think I read the guide like 2 days in advance. So whenever you do a pet sit via Trusted House Sitters, they provide a guide. So whenever now I do a pet sit off of Trusted House Sitters, I'm like, I need a guide to your house on how everything works, what you need, what you expect, emergency numbers, vets and all that stuff. So anyways, I did not read that one until 2 days before I was getting ready to do the pet sit. And had I read it far in advance, I would have actually canceled because there was just too much expectation. Like I was the hired help versus us being equal. So that's why. And I got a bad review, but I had addressed everything ahead of time before they posted the review. So as soon as that bad review came up, I immediately posted what I had said to them and an outline of everything, that all the concerns that they had brought up before they did the review. I had already in writing sent them a message about all their concerns. And so I just posted. It didn't affect me. It didn't affect when you have over 50 sits and you have one bad review and everything else is 5-star. I wasn't concerned. I was frustrated. I wasn't concerned about it actually ruining my chances of finding any other pet sits. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So all that to say, I feel like this is going to sound weird because we, as a Black woman from the U.S., can most of the time think of white America, let me just say it as it is, white Americans sometimes just feeling like they are entitled. And during my pet sits, I won't say I've never had that experience, but I haven't had that experience with any of the white American hosts here in other countries. I have not had that problem at all. The 2 times that I've had problems, like where they felt entitled, was the pet sit in Madrid with the lady that gave me the bad review. And the other 2 were it wasn't a bad review, but they were throwing shade. It was like 2 older ladies, 2 separate times, 2 older ladies that, were expecting me to do the lawn and all these random things. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So anyways, I hope that answers the question if you're curious. Okay. What advice would you give someone who wants to explore international pet sits as a lifestyle? So here's the thing that I've noticed. Even when I started pet sitting a year ago, or 2 years ago, there were not as many pet sits here in Spain. Now in the UK, in the UK and London, there's pet sits because that's where it originated from. So yes, there's a plethora of pet sits in the UK area, but in Spain and maybe even Portugal, it's really going crazy now as far as how many pet sits in this area that you see posted. Zaragoza, not so much, but all these other places, Malaga, Valencia, Barcelona, Madrid, I'm seeing posts all the time. And I'm having a bit of FOMO because I'm like, man, I could have just been bopping around Spain and still not paying rent, but I needed a home base. There is ample opportunity right now to do international pet sits. It is, amazing. You just have to be aware that a lot of times you might not be considered until you're actually here. I think that the host here, at least in Spain, maybe even Portugal, when they know that you're, in Europe, then they're like, oh, yeah, you could actually get around pretty good. If you're good at doing your logistics, you could actually do really well of just bopping around Europe for a while. And I don't know, how that would work with legalities as far as Schengen zones and all that stuff, and maybe going over to a non-Schengen area, like maybe somewhere in Morocco or in the UK. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So you have those options, but there's a lot of people that are actually booking trips. Who's the young lady that I just spoke to who was saying that she does, Janae. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because she does international. Janae, the lingerie vagabond. She does this. She says what she does is she will actually book the bulk of the trip to get just that first big sit. So she's trying to find that sit that might be anywhere 2 to 3 weeks or whatever. She's trying to find the big bulk of the sit. And then from there, either once she's in the country where she wants to be at, but she will start building up her itinerary around that big pet sit. So it's very feasible to actually secure a pet sit. I would say if you've never pet sit before, start local. Start local, and really get to know and understand what your likes and dislikes, what makes you comfortable and what would make you uncomfortable. So it's best that you start a pet sit. If you've never done it before, start local so you can get a feel. Because what you don't want to do, or if you can try your best, sometimes it's worked out for people, but I would strongly encourage you to do local so you're not in another country and feeling stuck, like you have to do it or whatever. Yeah, start local, and then yeah. And I'm not saying that you need to do like do 15 local sits. I'm saying do a few, do I don't know what the magic number is, but do a few locally, whether it's in your same city, in your same state, in the neighboring state, whatever it is. Start local, and then so you can know yourself and know what your needs are, and what some of the maybe some surprises that might pop up. But yeah, absolutely, it's great to actually do international pet sits. I did 3 pet sits in 2 months in Mexico City, coming from the end of 2023 into 2024. And I think more people thought that that was the craziest thing for me to do versus me moving to another country altogether, to Spain. They were just like, so you're just going to be gone in Mexico for 2 months, just pet sitting? Absolutely. And it was freaking amazing. Yeah, it was great. Were there challenges? Absolutely, yeah. And you can go back and check out some of my craziest pet sitting experiences. And I think I have a pet sitting playlist. Check that out. You'll be entertained. So let's see here. We have, oh, okay. What role does your dog play in your life now that you're living abroad? Oh, how do you balance pet sitting with your personal pet ownership? Okay. Well, I've already talked about this, but I guess it kind of like get a little gut punch. Okay. um, I would not. So now my again, my dog is with my sister in North Carolina right now. When I actually, and I'm just speaking when I do get my dog back this summer, I will not be taking my dog on other on pet sits. So I'm going to probably get the, what do they call it, the, I guess whatever the upgraded version of Trusted House Sitters, where you can actually have the membership as a pet owner and also as a pet sitter. That's what I plan on doing, because I don't want to have to take my dog to somebody else's house and to see if they might get along. No, I will be finding pet sitters because I still want to travel, I still want to do things. So yeah, I'll be finding a pet sitter here in Zaragoza that will, maybe somebody wants to come in, come here and experience Zaragoza. Yeah, not just anybody though. Yeah, only special people get to take care of my baby. But yeah, but I have actually done one part of one video when I was talking about things to consider when pet sittings and the logistics of that is, if you have a pet, I don't care what size it is. I don't care if your dog seems cool with all the other pets. I don't care if the homeowner says that, oh, my dog is wonderful with all other dogs and there's never been a problem. If you're going to bring your pet and be taking care of somebody else's pets, please don't just introduce them right away. Please. I don't know much, but I do know, and I feel very strongly that if you're going to do this, you need to have one in a room and, so they can smell each other first for a while before they're actually introduced. So, yeah, I've heard some horror stories about how the pet sitter came and, the pet owner was like, the homeowner was like, yeah, no problem and everything, but they didn't do a gradual introduction. They were just like, here you go. And it turned out really, really horribly. It just, I mean, one of the dogs, got aggressive. The other one, was scared, or they both got aggressive towards each other because they were not introduced in a, I guess, in a better environment instead of just throwing them together. So please don't do that. Whatever you do, take that to heart. Yeah. Let's see here. I think I have 3 more questions. Let's see here. Let me go over here. Okay, and I'm going down here and reading some notes and seeing what's what. Oh, okay. Ron says, do you use a particular platform to get quality remote contracts? So, um, no, I mean, right now, what's working for me is I actually, right before I moved here, I was able to secure my own client that was really nice. And so I prefer to do the consulting where, and not go through a recruiter. But yeah, I just go through different recruiters. Like right now, the assignment that I'm on, I worked with this recruiter last year and they wanted me to come back to handle somebody's books. I do accounts receivable. So business to business. Yeah, not consumer. I don't, I will never, I will never contact somebody about their hospital bill. I just can't do it. Just nope. But yeah, I work with recruiters and I market myself on LinkedIn, and yeah, it's been going pretty good. And also, when I do like a contract assignment, then I may not have another assignment for a month or two, but I'm set up now and stuff like, because again, my bills are not something crazy. So if I don't work for a month or something, or for me, I know that I'm okay, but I'm just not used to not working for 2 months. It's unsettling for me because I just feel like I need to be working. But I do use that time to actually work on some other things now. So, well, that's, that's it. But no, I guess a great resource for getting more information about the different platforms that you can find to get remote work would be get with Libria Jones, the Quick Commuting Academy. Yeah, she has a lot of information. One is, I want to say this. This is just my feeling. If you don't agree, so be it. Use the skills that you have. I've seen so many people like, and if you guys have seen me get interviewed, I did the same thing. I've been doing accounts receivable now for 20 something years. And I was like, I need to go and get certification as a bookkeeper and all this. And, full charge bookkeeper, I've done different parts of it, but I've never done like the full charge, like every, like month end. It's like, sometimes I'd be dealing with accounts payable along with my other duties. But I found it better when I just marketed what I knew, because I speak well on it. I know about accounts receivable and I know about, that entire process. I am well versed on that. I didn't need to go and get training for something else. I just had to market what I already knew how to do, and I knew how to do it well. So I've seen a lot of posts in different groups saying, I need help finding a remote job. But that's such a vague statement that it's very hard to answer. Yeah. It's like, well, what do you do? And I don't know how to market to something that I don't know how to do. Because I'll say this. I remember one time I did get an interview for a bookkeeping position. This was like about a year and a half ago. I got an interview for a bookkeeping position, and I was very honest with him and was like, look, this is the area of accounting that I am well versed in, but I would like to transition into doing more full charge bookkeeping. And I did that interview, and even though she knew that that my strong background was not in full charge bookkeeping, still got the interview. But I bombed, and she was very nice and gracious about it. But I can stress that I can pick up on anything accounting wise. It was just I had never been questioned about the whole process. I just did it. It's like, one job I had to go and and do positive pay, and I had to go and do the deposits and or whatever, and do the month end reports and stuff for the month end close reports and all these things. But yeah, when it came down to the actual interview, I bombed, because it's like I didn't know the wording, I didn't know the verbiage. I just was doing the jobs that I had done in the past. And you get me talking about accounts receivable. Yes, yes, I can tell you everything that's wrong and why you're not getting paid and yeah, all these things. So with that, that's why it's very hard for me to just say, here's where you go to get remote jobs, because unless we know what type of work you do, that's when we can figure out how to possibly transition that into a remote contract or consulting opportunity. So I hope that answers the question or helps as much as possible. What's the price range for rent in Zaragoza? So right now, Zaragoza is a very well kept secret. Okay. So with that, the prices are going up. So you can get, I have a family member here that has a nice 3-bedroom. I think they pay $600, 600 euro a month. Yeah. There's other places where you can get a nice 2 or 3-bedroom for $1,500 a month. It varies. I'm not going to put everybody's business out there and stuff. So it varies. Now they are building a lot of newer apartment buildings on the outskirts, like in I guess the Delicias area and things like that. On the like in the city center, they're not doing that. They're keeping the original structure. I think there's very few newer apartments here inside, like in the city center area. Maybe just outside of the city center area, and I could be wrong. So yeah, let me know if I'm wrong. Y'all, whoever, if you're living here, But there's a lot of new buildings. One of the ladies that I don't know if you're still on, actually was staying with me for a while, and then she just got her new place a couple of months ago. Her apartment has central AC and central heating. That's not the norm. So you can, if you go on to Idealista, it's let me put this in the comments. Idealista is like where you would go to look for apartments for the most part. You do have to make sure that you don't get caught up in no scam. But anyways, look on Idealista and you can see what the range looks like. So I was able to get my apartment. It was furnished. It's IKEA furniture. The couch is not that bad, isn't the best, but it serves its purpose. I have a nice 2-bedroom, and it's $750 a month. Yeah, $750 a month. And so that does not include the electricity. Runs about maybe 75. Yeah, about 75 euro a month, and that's because I be running stuff. The person that was here before said that they didn't pay over $50 a month or 50 euro a month. I'd be running stuff. But the highest light bill or electricity bill that I have received was in August, and I think it was like 102 euro. I accept responsibility for that. I'm cool with that. But you can find something that is really nice and be paying. Like I've seen some apartments that were literally like $1,800 for a 2-bedroom. And I was like, I'm not paying that. But yes, you can find stuff that's really on the expensive high rise or whatever end, and you can find something that's really, that you can work with that. Yeah. 750 euro. No, 720 euro. 720 euro. And then I have to pay like $20 for internet or 20 euro for internet. And I pay about 65, 75 max for electricity right now. Yep. And so you can keep that in mind. And the thing was, I was going to move to, when I had my mind set on moving to Madrid, and I said, it has to be by a tram, close to a tram. It has to have a lift. It has to have an elevator, and it has to be at least 2 bedrooms, and it has to be in the city center. And the apartments that I was finding there was about, for what I was looking for, was about maybe $1,200 to $1,500 a month for that in Madrid. So now, big picture. Now, y'all know California, DC, New York, Colorado, and now even in Texas, a 1-bedroom, 2,500. Yep. Some places, because I like to be in the city. So yeah, 1-bedroom, 2,500. when I left my apartment, the last apartment that I had, nice 1 bedroom over by Dallas Love Field, really nice apartment complex. I just didn't like the location, but yeah, really nice apartment complex. Had everything, all the great amenities. And when I left, I was paying $1,800 a month for my 1 bedroom. Yep. So think about that. Let that sink in. And so in Madrid, it was going to be about 1,500, and that was my part of my deciding factor for me to go ahead and move to Zaragoza, because I was going to be saving about a good $500 or $600 a month with the same amenities and qualifications for the apartment that I was looking for in Zaragoza. It's going to be like $500 or $600 less. So I was like, you know what? I can do things with an extra $500 or $600. Let's see here. I'm trying to get through. I just want to make sure I'm hitting up as many questions as possible. Erica said, hi, I've been a subscriber and a watcher for a while, but lurk in the background. Thank you for all the terrific content, especially the interviews with your lovely daughters. Oh, thank you. Isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. $3, by the way. Yes. And yeah, I did an interview, each one interviewed separately. And yeah, each one, I love my daughters. Yeah. They're awesome. And they just they're just so cool and have their own personalities. And yeah, I mean, of course. Anyways, so let's see. We've got 2 more questions here. And let's see here. So after almost a year in Zaragoza, what's next for you? Do you see yourself staying long term, or do you have plans to explore other countries? Right now, I plan to go and visit other countries. I think that where I'm at now, here in Zaragoza, it's a great home base. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll be coming back here. Yes. This is my home base for now. I don't know what, the next, because, I have 5 years. So big ups. Thank you, G. I have 5 years. So with that, I don't know what is going to happen after that. I feel like this is going to remain my home base. And then I will, go travel and go some other places. But I really do like Spain. I really do like Zaragoza. I really do want to become more fluent in Spanish. But yeah, I mean, I do want to go back. I want to go back to Mexico. I really do. I want to go back there to visit, like a long term, like maybe I say long term, excuse me, short term, like maybe another 2 months back in Mexico. Yes, I do want to do some more traveling. I get excited when I've seen like some other pet sits in Rabat. I'm like, ooh, I want to go back to Rabat. Not during Ramadan. That was rough. I couldn't have any cocktails. That was rough. But other than that, yes, I do want to go and travel and enjoy. But for now, yes, after almost a year of being here in Zaragoza, I don't see myself moving anywhere else. I can see myself traveling, not moving anywhere else right now. Oh, I like it here. Yes, and the great thing about it again is I have my home base here. So like when I came here to visit in Spain before, and I had my apartment that I was still paying while I was, I was going to be here for like 3 months, and I still had to pay that expensive ass rent back in the States. That made me feel some kind of way. I was like, geez, I just want to ruin my credit. I don't care. I wasn't going to do that. But being here and having this apartment that's very affordable, and saying, if I want to go, to another country for a month or 2 months or whatever, it's not going to hurt me financially to keep my apartment here. I can still, be comfortable, and it's okay. So yeah, that's the goal. Yeah. What advice would you give to other Black women considering moving abroad, especially to Spain? I want to encourage you to open yourself up to the unexpected, to don't, I highly encourage you to not go to another country trying to live the same life that you have in the States. And this is, I can only speak to Black women that are from the United States. I can only speak of what I know. But to have this idea like, oh, I don't want people looking at me, or there's racism here, and all that, open, just broaden your mind a little bit. And not saying that well, you know what, yeah, broaden your mind. I'm not gonna backpack or back up on that one. Broaden your mind, broaden your just stepping out of what you think as far as how you're going to be treated, how they're going to look at you. One person, look, I think the entire time that I've been here, I've probably got an attitude. And this is like actually going back to all my visits also. So with all my visits, I visited here 4 times before I moved here. During all that time, I can maybe count on one hand, where I got like attitude from somebody, or somebody like some security guard decided to follow me around the store until I turned around and asked him what he was doing. I've gotten attitude maybe 5 times. That is not enough for me to be like, oh no, I can't deal with the racism and how they treat you. For me, it's not a deal breaker. It just is not. And I'm just learning so much, and learning patience and gratitude at a different level that I didn't even know was going to be some major life lesson for me. Until you it's so funny because I've seen this so many times. Like there was the young lady, oh God, what was her name? That was interviewed. She was interviewed by Rashida Dow, and then she was interviewed by the Aqua Black Nomad just like yesterday and today. And she's in Belgrade, Serbia. Yeah. And just her experience of living there, she's just like, it's just something that you won't know until you go. I'm making a t-shirt. You won't know until you go. Yeah. So just to open yourself up and to jump. I like to say you got to go through it to get to it. You have to just take that leap, take the steps. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Now, I would not encourage you to leave like, don't come and arrive and then just like a week later being like, I don't like this. You haven't really given it a chance. So, if you have the ability to do some bopping around, to go check out, some other places. Like if you're in Europe, maybe you can go to Italy. Maybe you can go to Germany. Maybe you can go wherever it is. I'm just naming off some places to check it out. And there's going to be, there might be some place that you go and you're like, nah, this is not for me. This is not it. Okay. The lady, what's her name? Bailey? I feel like I'm saying it wrong and I'm going to look it up, but I'm not going to do it right now. Anyways, but I think she was saying like Singapore was not for her because it was just the whole vibe. And plus it's also very expensive there. So once you actually get out there and just take that first leap to go and experience and know that it's not going to be perfect. It can be a beautiful experience, but I always try to drill into people's head that it is not perfect. I don't want anybody ever to see me on here doing YouTube videos or talking on Instagram and thinking that, oh, everything is perfect. She's never had any issues. Like, hell, yes, I have. Yes, I have. It's just not enough for me to say, oh, I can't travel. I can't go anywhere anymore. I can't go find a pet sit in this other country because I had this one bad experience, or I had a couple of bad experiences, some challenging experiences. Yeah. I don't know if I've told you guys this story because it's like, I'm gonna tell you guys, you're gonna be like, what? I was when I first went to Morocco for my pet sit, the cab drivers there duped me into not using their version of Uber. They were like, no, the cab drivers at the airport, they were like, no, that's illegal. You can't use that. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Got in the cab, did not ask at first, what the cost would be to take me here to this address. In the cab, the guy was like, "Oh, that'll be 50 euro," or yeah, 50, yeah, he said 50 euro, and I was like, "That don't seem right. That's not right." But I was already in there. So, anyways, got the pet owner, the homeowner on the phone because I had to get an Airbnb the first night. So I got the owner on the phone. No, I'm sorry, the Airbnb owner on the phone, and he was going off on the guy like, "You're ripping her off, blah blah blah," and everything stuff. And he was like, "No, this is what it is." So we got him down to like 40 euro. Anyways, he dropped me off. He was like, "Yeah, here's the address right here." Yeah, I could not find. He dropped me off at a completely different building. It was on the same street, completely different building at night, no street lights, and all I was hearing was cats. I was just hearing cats meowing all over the place. Freaked me out. Couldn't see. Don't know who to trust. I just know that I've just gotten dropped off in the middle of this. Well, I mean, it wasn't like in the boondocks. It was in the city, but I still didn't know where I was. There was no street lights on the street. So I'm talking to the Airbnb guy and I'm like, I don't know where this place is. I can't see the numbers. I'm just lost and stuff. So I end up walking up to this guy, Shadow, in like one of the little security gates and everything. That's not even really a security gate. And or the security box. And I'm like, I was like asking him, are you the guard? It was like something in their language. It was like, are you the guard? And he was like, yes, but not for where you're trying to go. Anyways, I was walking around for like a good 30 minutes, walking up and down the street, trying to find, because the Airbnb owner was not close by. So all he could do was talk to me on the phone and try to talk me into where I was supposed to be going. Ended up finding the place, but yeah, for a good 30 minutes, I was like, I'm in another country in the middle of the night, and I'm walking around. I think I had just had like a tank top on. I mean, I had on pants, of course, but I'm like, I don't know if this is inappropriate. Yeah, it was very awkward, very uncomfortable. And then I found the place and I was fine. Yeah, but I say that because again, there can be some great challenges that can happen that will make you question, what am I doing here? But overall, I would not. It was never enough for me to be like, "Oh, I don't ever want to go to another pets in another country again." No, it's like I had to work through it. Yeah, and I learned my lesson about what I need to do and say next time I go to Rabat to make sure I don't get screwed over again and dropped off in the middle of nowhere. Okay. So, anyways, well, guys, I'm thinking. Let's see. Let's see. Have you started looking for it? Oh, have you started looking for a job in Spain? And what would be your ideal role if you decide to work locally? So, um, I now have my residency and I am actually authorized to work here. I do not want to find some regular like 9 to 5 job here. That's just not happening. I do like working remote. I like working remote for uh, well, US based companies right now. That's what I know. Never say never, but yeah, that's what I know. But with that, what I would like to do is what I'm planning and working on doing, and that is to create more curated events here in Spain to encourage and inspire more people to come over to check it out. So again, the first one, and again, Black in Zaragoza, the Facebook group, check that out. Okay, there are criteria. Okay, it's Black in Zaragoza. Okay, so yes, please don't try to join the group if you don't meet that criteria. Okay, because it's like I'm supporting the people, my people right here. Anyways, with that, my goal is to encourage more people to come, and if not move here, come to check it out. Just come check out Zaragoza, come check out Madrid. So in April, we're going to be doing another meetup similar to the one that I had in this past October, and I will be sharing information within the group. And then I think at the end of June, we're going to have a more curated experience, an all-inclusive curated experience that's going to be very, very small, like no more than 6 people. But that is something that I want to do. I want to provide an experience for people that want to come here to see if it's a good fit, or if they just want to be able to bop and stay here for a couple of months or whatever it is, to have a good experience. And having a curated experience, like just like a week or so, whatever, here can give people a better idea versus just a full tourist experience. Does that make sense? So yeah, what I want to do in Spain is actually, yeah, create more curated visits that can help you have a wonderful time here and see all the beauty of Zaragoza, the everyday life and the fun parts. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to check really fast to see if we have any other questions. I went 15 minutes over, but that's okay because it's my blog. And so with that, let's see. I think that we are done. Yeah, we did it, guys. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope that you feel completely inspired to just take on some new challenges and do something that makes you happy. Bring joy in your life, okay? Anyways, I will talk to you later and bye.